Happy Monday, guys. My name is Omi Jean Lewis. For those who don't know who I am, branch manager at Aventura Lifestyle International Office. Today, we're going to be going over how to kickstart your real estate business. So, this training is a training that I do for a lot of the new agents that come on board. Kind of just get them rolling, get the ball rolling with activity, things to do, and just I feel like at first when you get started, you gotta ask yourself the right question. So I put together like a 3-page sheet that kind of like goes over some really good information. Any questions that you have, go ahead and put it in the chat box as we go along. So for now, I might put you all on mute, or you put yourself on mute as we go along, and then once we answer questions and stuff, we'll go ahead and put you back on. Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna share my screen now. This one. That's what I need. Boom. Can you guys see my screen? Claro.
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect. So again, this is the guide I put together for a lot of new agents to get the business started. So the first thing on the sheet, so a lot of things I'm going to talk about, you guys probably heard in your orientation or people went over, but I feel like, when you repeat stuff over and over, repetition is the mother of all skills. It's good to see resources that you have available to you. So you always want to visit the lircloud.com. And the reason why you want to visit lircloud.com because it has really good stuff. So go to lircloud.com right now. Got some of the resources that available to us. Out of all day, I want to choose today not to load. Let's see, hold on. There we go. Mindset, Omi mindset. That's what I was trying to do there.
No, I haven't responded just so
I think maybe I have too much screens open. Let me see. Oh, yeah, this was my Wi-Fi. It's on my Aventura. Okay. Perfect. Man, why this thing crazy, man? Let me X out some stuff, guys. Maybe that would help out a lot. Boom. Okay, perfect. We're on this. I don't know why this thing moving so slow now. Okay, anywho, I'll just keep it pushing. So on the LR Cloud, the first thing when you get into business, you want to definitely get your marketing on point. The LR Cloud has a lot of great marketing tools, like flyers, logos, that will really help you out in business. When new agents come on board, I always tell them the first thing you want to do is let people know that you're in business. And regardless if you don't have your business card yet, regardless if you don't have any, flyers or anything yet, you want to go ahead and take that initial picture, just, showing that you're excited. Whenever somebody starts something new, you want to show that you're excited. Take a picture like you're in the office, like, hey, just got my real estate career started. Because a great friend of mine told me, he runs a marketing business, and he was like, how do you expect people to do business with you if they don't know you exist? A lot of times, the popular questions that people have is like, oh, I don't know what to post. I don't know what to do. I don't know, how to get started. This is exactly why you want to come to this thing right here and find out and use and leverage the great things that Lifestyle is putting into you. So that way you guys can have content to post like this. This one talks about you can see it's tiny. 1 in 4 Americans live multi-racial household. Good stuff like that, and that will spark your mind to create ideas of your own. Sometimes I like to create my own stuff, but sometimes I don't know what to post, so I come on here just to get some inspiration. So don't underuse these tools, guys. You want to go ahead and use these tools because they're very, very good, and they'll help you out a lot when it comes down to your business. When you're posting properties and stuff, these right here, the logos, lifestyle logos, you take them and you go ahead and post them on your pictures. Listings. I don't want to hear nobody say that you don't have enough listings or you don't have a listing to post, because right here, these are all the active listings that Lifestyle has. that you
Hmm.
can go and take and post it on your social media page. You can post it on your stories. You can post it, as an actual.
With you?
I have to mute you. This person right here. Make too much noise. If you can, guys, mute yourself so that way I don't. There's a lot of noise. So yeah, so all these new listings are right here are posted and already put in a flyer format so that way you can post on social media. I was on a training, I think new orientation training last week, and somebody spoke about how they're a new agent and they took one of these flyers and posted on their social media and were able to get a client. Somebody that was inquiring about purchasing a property. And it don't have to be that specific property. These are just to pique interest. If yourself right there, that is awesome. But if you can take this just to pique somebody's interest to get interested in buying a property, because a lot of times people may not tell you, but they're watching. They're watching what you're doing. So I make it intentionally for myself to go ahead and post on my social media, on my stories. Because a lot of times we don't want to post, but your story, that's what your story is for. Show that you're in the office, show what you're doing, show that you're active. Because if people don't know, who you are, how do you expect them to do business with you? You know that? You want to make sure you're an active realtor because everybody knows somebody with a real estate license. But how many are actually doing something in the real estate business? So be mindful of that, guys. Continue, to use the tools and stuff that we have here to go ahead and post. Going down, we spoke about logos. All these beautiful logos are custom designed just for you. Take advantage of them. Use those. And then forms right here as well too. I'm not gonna go ahead and click on this because this thing's already loading and acting crazy. But on the popular forms, you have forms like as is, sell, contract, sample. So when I first got started in the business, I didn't have something like this. So I really like the tools that they put here because you can click on this. If you never read an as is contract, you know what an as is contract is, you're able to click on that and see how exactly how it's highlighted in yellow, all the important parts. And you want to start looking at this, even if you don't have an active client right now. But you want to know, what is this contract saying? How am I going to talk about it? A lot of the times when I got into deals and the deal got really sticky, or we were at that time, I was able to get out of the deal or find a way through it because I knew the contract. Like, you're going to be using this contract, throughout your career. You want to know exactly all the time, but hey, you want to read it from head to toe several times so that way you understand what it means. And if you don't know what certain things means on a contract, go ahead and ask your branch manager, hey, what does this mean? What is this word? Because wording is everything. I just had a contract, a deal where I added an addendum, the appraisal addendum, because now you're buying a house, everybody's paying above asking price. So I added in the addendum for the appraisal. There's no appraisal. I added an appraisal. Buyer agrees to pay 5K above asking price, not to exceed, which is the purchase price. If I just added buyer agrees to pay 5K over appraisal, now they still would have to pay that 5K, but because the appraisal came back only $900 short, they only had to pay 900. So I knew that because I read the contract and I understood the verbiage and I learned how to play around with the words to be able to use it to my advantage. So in that position, it still is good to listening agents. Like, oh, they're willing to pay above asking price, and some listing agents are so confident that they priced the property right. It's going to appraise, going to appraise. So now instead of my client paying 5K, they're only paying 900. You see what I'm saying there? So start using some of these tools. They're super, super, super helpful. New Jersey, even New Jersey forms. Let's go down. And then, we got the calendar here. So a lot of stuff, like I said, is really basic. You guys probably heard of it already, but just going over to refresh your mind. The calendar, I always come on here. Every single day I come on here just to find out, okay, what trainings are going on today? What can I get myself into? Okay, I see this and that. Keep updated. Find yourself what's going on in lifestyle. So that's the simple part. Let me move this out of the way so I can go ahead and flip to.
Omi, can I please ask you a question?
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Can I wanted to add my name to the logo, to one of the logos. Can I play with it and and be able to change things or crop it or something like that? Because I thought I could, but I couldn't get myself to get into that.
Joel has a really good social media trainer, I think right after mine on Canva. And it depends on what you use. With the logos are already like custom designed. So you just like kind of just like paste them on there. But if you want to like put your name into something, you'll just have to go jump on Canva and probably create like a small little template and just put it
Oh, got it. Got it. Okay.
because it's already like, printed out in a certain format. But you can create your own custom thing like on Canva. I think Joel training is next, so you should ask him. He'll really show you how to go ahead and do that. Or afterwards, I can show you how to do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so next is the lifestyle YouTube channel. So a lot of you guys may not know, if lifestyle even has a YouTube channel, but it's very popular. I like hopping on here and click on playlist. With the playlist, you get to see, trainings on different topics like transaction, there's marketing. For example, your question, marketing. You go right here and you're able to find, all the trainings on marketing, contracts right here, matrix, Spanish trading, general things, mindset. All this stuff is packaged together for you guys. And on the YouTube, one of the very first trainings I highly recommend people to watch is Marvin's training on Facebook leads. The reason why you want to watch this training because it teaches you how to go ahead and generate business without spending any money. The marketplace is a very powerful place. Yes, even though sometimes you get some really crappy leads, but when you're first getting started into the business, what you want is practice. A lot of the time, a lot of us are nervous, not knowing what to say, what to do, or how to go ahead and work with a client. By hopping on into marketplace and actually following what the training says, go ahead and taking these pictures off the MLS and posting them on the marketplace, not only getting great clients, well, you'll find some good clients as well too, but it teaches you how to filter, how to go ahead and work yourself through and learn to qualify. I teach all the new agents, man, the biggest thing in this business is qualifying because it doesn't matter what the price for the client is buying at, as long as that client is qualified to the T, it's going to be a smooth transaction. So if you can master the skill of qualifying a client, you're golden. And it's all about asking the right questions. So going and doing this training, watching how Marvin posts and getting these clients, you'll get a lot of clients, man. The moment you start posting on Facebook Marketplace, you'll see probably like 20, 30 people answering you in the next like 3, 4, 5 hours. And then you sit down, you can mute yourself, that would be awesome. Thank you. And then the rental process. The rental process is the easiest process in this business, I say. A lot of Williams, they were big on, they told me all the time, hey, I don't do rentals. They're too good for rentals. And, doing rentals here at Lifestyle, and it was just like, man, this is very, very easy business and a super fast way to, especially if you good system.
Can you please ask everybody to mute themselves? It's really hard. I'm driving and I'm trying to listen to it, and everybody's in the background and there's beats and all kinds of noise, so it's really hard to understand what you're saying.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can mute everybody. Everybody, can you mute yourself? That would be awesome if you can mute yourself.
Thank you so much.
We have some serious students in here who's trying to learn and you guys are distracting them. Hold on, let me see. Okay, I think everybody mute themselves. Okay, so going back to, so qualifying, that training right there in the rental process teaches you pretty much how to put some easy money into pocket, because we all came into this business to make some money. And you don't want to go months, especially if you're working a part-time job or, you quit your job to go full-time in and now you're stressing about money. Rentals are the easiest way to put easy, fast money into your pocket. Also, if you guys want a system on like how to do a very smooth rental transaction, I already got all of that put down in the system. I'd be more happy to, share that with you or possibly do a training on the entire system. I love systems. Systems save you stress, energy, time, and money. That's what it stands for. That's that part. Now, now time to get into like the activities part. So we talked about creating a social media presence. Number one, that's key. You want to go ahead and start registering yourself. I know a lot of people talk about creating your Zillow profile, creating your realtor.com profile. Another really good one that I think a lot of people don't do is a Google business profile. That is powerful. That one, I feel like that one is one of my favorite ones right now because the moment you establish yourself on Google, who doesn't Google stuff? Like I can tell you right now, ask you a question. If you don't know it, most people hop on Google and Google it. So imagine not going on Google looking for an agent in North Miami Beach or an agent this and that instead of going to Zillow. A lot of people do because when they're searching, you want to make sure you have that Google business page in your area. So if they ever search up something and they're fine, they find you. See, like the issue with Zillow as well too. We all know Zillow's in big trouble right now. But if you don't want to rely on just one platform to have your face, because Zillow, let's say Zillow removes all your comments and all that stuff, you want to make sure you have it on Google, system. So set up your Google profile and then also social media as well too. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of that stuff. It goes on and on. For me, I say everybody has that one platform where they're just crushing it, where they're killing it. So find your one platform and crush it. Somebody's raising that. You write your question in the box and I'll get to it. I like flowing and I don't want to get distracted. We spoke about the marketplace, powerful tool. So watch that training about Marvin. So you're gonna get started. Previewing properties in your area. When you first get started in the real estate business, even if you're not familiar or if you're not from Miami, you're living in an area. So that area should be the first area that you start familiarizing yourself with. Getting to know the local stores, getting to know the businesses, the restaurants, the schools. Start walking around the parks, the things to do in that area. And also one big thing, start scheduling properties for yourself to go view. Schedule a showing for yourself to go view in that area. So that way you get an idea of what the properties are selling for in that area. Start looking on the matrix of what homes are going for. Start seeing like certain designs in that area. This is common in this area. Like properties are common with pools in this area. Get to know your area. Be an expert within your area. That's the first thing. Even when it comes down to investments and wholesaling and stuff like that, the first place you want to look for deals for it's within your area. When you start knowing your area, now if anybody want to come into your area, you're an expert in that area. So you don't have to be worried about not being an expert everywhere else, but start with your local area first. And then, you branch out. So it's farming your local area. So start scheduling some showings for yourself to go out there and view. And also the same thing with open houses. On Saturdays, Sundays, or sometimes some agents do it on during the week. Go out to these houses, go to open houses. So that way you see what open house look like. See, how much traffic is going in that area. What are the homes looking like? How to host an open house. Just, get yourself out there and meet the agents. Meet the agents of your area. So that way when they do get a listing or you get a listing or you have a buyer or a client, you're familiarizing yourself with those agents. So that way you go ahead and, and when you submit an offer, you already know them. So it's always a good thing to start going to these open houses. When I was in KW, a lot of time I would go to open house. They'll recommend that as well too. So start doing those things. It's very powerful tool. Post all the properties you go to. So this is how this was another way I got a lot of clientele was by posting all the properties that I go to. I would always show up probably like 30 minutes or so, but way before the client at the property. So that way I have time to go inside and record the property. Like 3-2 for sale, whatever, such and such for rent. And it piques interest. People are interested. Oh, wow, this guy's always showing property. Wow, this guy's always doing something. Wow. And then there's times where I showed a property to a client and they were not interested in that property. But because I, recorded it and showed it, I had somebody else on social media that was interested and was able to get them that property. So there's benefits in leveraging social media. There's a lot of benefits. Yes, it's it's for you to showcase yourself and stuff, but you want to go ahead and start posting what you're doing on a daily basis, like the stories. So I don't like posting posts all the time, but I do love stories. Every single day I have to post a story. Like even right now, post a story. Oh, it's hard. Let me show you guys. As I like, taking action and showing you exactly what I do. For example, Hey, what's up, guys? I'm hosting this training right now, live, just showing them that you have to take action. So, hope you guys are having an awesome day. I know we're having an awesome day. Lifestyle is the best place to be at. We're all learning and growing together. Awesome. And you just post. Jada all the time love captions and stuff to put. I'm just like, post. Record post. Like George says, nobody's gonna really care about what you were wearing or how you look and stuff. Like just post. Stay active. Give them something, to look. People watching your stories. If you look at your story report, how many people watching them there, you'll be surprised. Man. 66, 100 people. So platforms to grow your business. You please mute yourself. You're hearing yourself in the background. Please mute yourself. Okay, everybody has a question. I told them it'll be interactive. Go ahead. Somebody please mute yourself. You're very loud. Okay. This person that's really loud.
3 weeks later, my mother found the greeting card he stole it off of and refused to talk to him for the next month.
Sorry, guys.
Was going back to her old self. God got a taste of his past.
Thank you. I mute him. Shame on you, Sebastian. I'm joking. But go ahead, ask your question.
Hi. So like for example, like you have Instagram or you have Facebook. Do you recommend using the social media that you already have, or should you create a whole new business profile?
No, okay, perfect. I'm happy you asked that question. So I uploaded my Instagram page right here. So I always recommend both. You want a platform where you can actually just post strictly only real estate stuff. Let's really professional. But at the same time, people want to see that you're human. They want to know what you're up to, what you're doing. So, like again, I'm going to show you guys rather than tell you. Look at my social media. Don't be looking at the muscles and all, but watch yourself. But for example, see, look, me and Jada went to DR for her birthday. I'm posting this stuff. I'm showing them, hey, look, like, man, I like to have fun. We're scuba diving. We're here, but also as well, I have a video right here talking about short sales. I have this Let's Grind Monday. I have this right here explaining like picking the right lender. The grand opening of the office. Me and Goose looking really fly right here. Business partner. Action. At the same time, you see another video on real estate related right here. Another real estate thing. And right here, me and Jada as well too at a party. Me and Jada right here and lifestyle crew again. So kind of like a mixture of because you want to show them, hey, look, you're a real person. You like doing certain things. You enjoy your life. You have a family or whatever that you're into, because you're gonna be able to connect with somebody may be into the same thing. I put some of my church stuff in here. Man of faith. Okay, Instagram trying to kick me out. No, I don't want to log in Instagram. But going back, but you kind of see, you kind of get where what I'm trying to get to, right? Like kind of mix it up, but also as well too, I do have a business page. Let me see if I can pull it up for you actually right now. Instagram wants me to log in, but I don't want to log in. Let me see something. If I can go back. No, I don't want to log in. Oh, maybe I can log in. Let me see something. Okay, it logged me in. Perfect. Okay. So I do have that right here, but let me show you. OJ Empire Group. This thing's in my way. Boom. Better to show you than tell you. Show and tell type of guy. So now you see, I also have my real estate business page. And on the real estate business page, what can you expect? Nothing but real estate related stuff. And sometimes as well too, I take some stuff from here and post it on my personal page or post it on my stories. So that I could, let people know, hey, look, don't forget, I'm in real estate. Don't forget, I'm in real estate, because the last thing that you want is for somebody to say, oh man, dang, I'm sorry. I forgot you were a realtor. I actually bought a property with my somebody else, another friend or something like that. Oh man, next time. And how often those people are buying home? Unless they're buying home, every week, then you're gonna be upset for quite a few times. But hey, you can't blame them. You can't blame them. Sometimes you gotta blame yourself too. Were you actively letting them know that you were, a real estate agent, that you're actively doing real estate related, work? People are on social media every single day. Almost everybody has a social media account. They're checking their social media, and doing things on social media. So I have both, but my personal one as well too. I don't post to a lot of crazy real estate stuff all the time because I don't want them to, people that follow me for me to like, start following me because he's posting about trying to sell a house, or like start paying attention to my posts. So I mix it up. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Christina.
Sorry, I was just gonna pretty much chime in on the advice you was giving her because I was skeptical as well. But I figured to keep my Instagram, just take off a whole bunch of stuff and just keep it professional, but keep my Instagram being the fact that I have all of my followers already on there. And of course, what better to market myself than to already have a group watching me, you know what I'm saying? But I guess just to answer your question, just keep it professional, of course. You can post yourself, your family, keep it professional always and market yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you for that. At the end of the day, you're your own brand, So
Yes.
remember that. So represent yourself in a way that you would like to look and for people to look at you. Rose, you have a question?
Yes, I want to go back to going to open house. How do I find open houses in my area?
Perfect. So the Miami RE has this new app. They took off the old MLS app, but they use Remind now. So on Remind, I think you can do it on the MLS as well too. But on Remind, if you have the app, or even if you could use the browser on online, there's a section. Within that section, it says open houses. I think everybody should download the Remind app because it's a phenomenal app. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up right now and just show you on my phone. So that
Does it cost to have that and to use it?
This actually was a software where they actually did charge you to use, and this is very if anybody's familiar with PropStream, which is a platform that a lot of investors use, and it gives you like absentee owners for pre-foreclosures, all that stuff. This does exactly the same thing, but it's free since you pay your MLS dues. And if
Okay.
you right here, you start searching. You click search on the bottom. Once you see right here, it shows you all that, and then you just go right here. You click filters. Within filters, you see what it says right here. It says open house only. So you click that open house only box, and the moment you click apply, you go back out into the map wherever you're looking at. You see right here in the open house just showed up for something right here. Let me click right here. Oh, there's a couple of them that's popping up right here. So this one right here says, look what it says, open house. Let me see if I can make it bigger for you. Okay, check this out. So this is an open house. It's in Hialeah somewhere. Open house. Gives you the date and time. Let me see. It gives you the agent information, the remarks, and every single thing. So it's a very, very cool app. I definitely recommend you all download it. It's a very powerful tool. So especially if you're on the road, you need information. I actually like this one better than the old MLS app. Actually, it's really cool. There's a lot you can
Thank
do on
you.
there.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So moving on.
Can you
So-
type in the name of the app again, please?
Oh yeah, it's Remind. I'm gonna go ahead and my chat box is. Where's my chat?
If I'm not mistaken, I think I saw that it's a cost of like $24.99 or something like that.
It is free. If you're an active board with MLS, Board of Realtors, Miami Board of Realtors, as we have down here, it is free. You do not
Okay,
pay for
thank
it.
you.
Cool. So you just have to set up your account once you go into the thing. It's Remind. Let me see. It's Mine. Remind. Let me remind you one more time. Reine. Got that? I can't find my chat box right now, so. Oh no, I found it. There we go.
I posted it in the chat for you.
Okay, thank you. See, man, you guys are super helpful. I'm here to help you guys, but you guys are helping me. People helping people. Let's go. Okay, moving on. So we talked about the social media thing. Now, this is one of my favorites. Coming to the office and making friends. And also attending live training. So you definitely want to put yourself in a position to where you're meeting a bunch of people. I used to think that everybody in real estate was my competition, but wrong. You know, like if you have a buyer, you're trying to buy, sell them a property, and then there's like 10 offers on it, but you know the listing agent. You're the agent that you just like, you're smiling because like, man, that's my friend. I know them, they got the property. So you have a higher chance of getting that property. But if you're not actively meeting people, getting to know agents, especially agents within your own office, you're doing yourself a disservice. This game, this real estate business overall is all about, it's a relationship game. That's all it is. I tell, the people here all the time, like, how many new connections did you make today or this week? It's all about connection. So you don't have to be scared when you're talking to people, especially agents. You want to get to know them. Yes, some agents may be jerks, but still get to know as many agents as you want. Come to the office. Everybody here is very friendly, very nice, and super helpful. So by coming to the office, you're learning different, skill sets from all the agents. Some agents might be good in this area, and you have another one here, and they'll be able to help you in so many different ways. So show up to the office, show your face, get to be known, And attending live trainings is what to. Yes, we do a lot of training on Zoom. But sometimes we do have some live trainings in person, and you want to show up because it's a different experience. You get to ask questions to the trainer after, ask other additional questions that you probably wouldn't ask, when everybody was around. But all this stuff and all these tools and people are here, to help you succeed. We will succeed. Moving on, making a business plan. We're gonna go over that next. And then lastly, again, spreading the gospel about yourself being a real estate agent to everyone. Like the Jehovah's Witnesses will go to everybody. You guys gotta be the Jehovah Realtor Witnesses, Let everybody know you're in real estate. Even if they push you away, you still show up to the next stop. You wait outside, you let them know. And by doing all these things as well, you'll be able to show everybody that. You muted somebody? Okay, hold on. Okay, perfect. You're able to, let everybody know that you're in real estate. So one of my favorite sessions is the goal setting session. Guys, it is super, super important to set goals. And yes, I know you hear it everywhere to tell you to set goals and blah, 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 help you make $1 million. No, it's more to that. I strongly believe that, we are creators. And whatever we're able to, to think about and set and put, especially if you think about it, whatever you focus on expands. So why wouldn't you want to set goals for yourself to, to succeed? And it's not just only in business. You want to go ahead and set goals all around, all over your life, because it's about, financial, business, family, health, personal development, spirituality. All of that stuff matters. And it's all about how you set goals as well, too. Not just if you're setting goals. Yes, I want to make $1 million. Yeah, it makes sense too big. You want to set realistic goals that for sure you'll be able to accomplish. And don't just wait for New Year's for yourself to go ahead and start setting, but start setting these goals now. Because if you want to be ahead of the game, you got to start planning and doing things ahead of the game. So one of my favorite ways to go ahead and set goals, because listening to this Tony Robbins thing that George have us on, it's super powerful. If you're not on that, I highly recommend you guys get on that, because he talks about how we're basically, as humans, we're driven by pain or pleasure. So now I'm realizing, like, even when it comes down to setting goals and doing something, you got to ask yourself why you're not doing something. Oh, why do you want to do something? When you set a goal, you don't want to just set the goal just to set it, but you want to ask yourself why. Like, if you want $1 million, for example, why do I want $1 million? What is $1 million going to do for you? You got to get deep. You got to ask yourself those layers of why to how those people ask you. So is key. So in this sheet right here is like setting three important goals, but also the habits. You don't want to just set goals and not know how to accomplish it. But you want to set what little habits. If you want to lose 20 pounds by in 3 months, what are you gonna do? You want to go to the gym 3 times a day. You want to go ahead and drink water mainly throughout your day. So you gotta start tracking these stuff and asking yourself why. And then also, what happens if you don't accomplish those things? What is your life gonna look like next year, 5 years, 10 years from now? If you still continue, like, oh, I'm scared, I don't want to talk to nobody, or I don't want to, do all this stuff. What is your life gonna look like? Because you got in business for a reason, right? You wanted to do this. You wanted to, be the one who carry your family. You want to be the one, to build a better life for your kids. Retire your parents. Whatever the reason is, you got to get deep within that reason, and then also ask yourself, well, how come if I don't accomplish it, what's my life's gonna look like? You gotta really understand pain and pleasure, and push yourself. And also look on the bright side as well too. What happens if I do accomplish it? What is my life gonna look like within the next year, 10 years from now? Anybody has certain goals that they want to share, that they're bold enough to put out there and want to talk about? I see a couple of hands written and stuff like that. It don't have to be long or anything, but I just like, this is a very, very important area. You don't want to just run around and in this business like with a chicken with his head cut off, but know what you're doing. Because another example I like using as well too. Let's say relationship, and family wise, if you're having a bad day or a bad time with the last couple of months with your spouse or family member or somebody close to you, it's going to affect your business life. Because life overall, everything plays a role. If your health sucks, how do you expect to perform? You can't perform. A lot of time people, we let it go over our head when we go say health is wealth. It is. Would you rather be on a yacht, in a wheelchair, or in a yacht, partying your life away? So that's what I'm trying to say. Every area matters. So start taking every area seriously. Start setting these goals and knowing why you want to accomplish these things. I know somebody rose their hand and want to say something. Go ahead and unmute yourself and say what you need to say.
So I do have a goal, but it's not necessarily like a price point that I want to earn by a certain time. Because I'm new, my main goal is to really just get started as soon as possible. Like I was kind of feeling unsure of myself for the entire process of even trying to get my license, as far as the studying, the course exam, the state exam. So those were goals that were met, thank God. But now my next goal is to actually just kind of get out there and like start doing an open house, or even by the end of the year, do a rental or sell a property. So like I'm starting there with my goals.
That's awesome.
Before the end of the year. Yeah. Thanks.
That's phenomenal. Yeah. Set weekly goals and stuff like that. Are you when you set these goals, are you asking yourself, why do you want to accomplish these goals?
Yeah, I know. My why is because the faster I get comfortable doing what I'm doing, like there's no stopping me from that point. So, but I have to get out of my own head and not let fear of failing or looking silly in front of a client or customer hold me back from actually just starting and getting it done.
Boom! I love that. You see, because you dug in deep and understanding why you want to do certain things, you realize like sometimes it's not the goal you're afraid of, but it's the rejection or it's fear, the fear of failure. That's something you want to dig. And then you ask yourself, did you ask yourself, what happens if you continue to let fear take over your life and you don't do the things that you want to do? What would your life look like?
Yeah, I ask myself all the time. Like that's one thing I don't let hold me back.
Right. And another question. So what happens if you do get over those fears and you go out and you take action? You start accomplishing the things you want. What would that look like for you in the next year or 5 years?
Then I can actually set
how would life
better goals for me. I'm so sorry if it's loud. I'm walking back to my car. But, it would look like for me, it would look like I can actually set better earning goals. Because now that I know what I'm doing, for example, I can say that I want to try to sell a property that's like 250,000 to 400,000. I can kind of get a better earning goal set for myself for like the end of next year.
So what I'm hearing is basically saying it builds confidence for you to go ahead and achieve more.
Yeah. So the more I do and the more I get my feet wet, hands wet, everything wet. Well, no pun, but
No pun.
the faster I get started, the more confident I'll be.
Love it. Yes, and I'll go
Yeah.
ahead and share these sheets with you guys as well too, and help you get deeper in your goals and stuff. You want to get deep in this area. Get as deep as you can, because this is very very important. Remember, life, everything's connected, guys. Everything. The better person that you become in character, a better father, husband. Like the better person you be. As a business person. It's a cycle. It's a circle. You'll make more. You improve more. So it's improving all around. It affects every area of your life.
Hey, Omi, one of the things that I like that Shanette said was that she, whether it's doing a rental or getting my first deal or just doing an open house, like never underestimate the power of small steps. Like we get so many agents that I talk to that they're like, oh, I want to do luxury, right? It's like everybody wants to do luxury, you know what I mean? But there's a path to get there. And what I've seen time and time again is that oftentimes the people that say they want to work luxury are not willing to follow the path that it takes to get there. And when you tell somebody who wants to do luxury, start with a rental, they're like, kind of like, taken back, like, what do you mean? That's not what I want to do. I want to sell $1 million houses. And it's like, these people you see on TV, they spend a lot of time putting in work before they get landed any kind of TV deal to do what they do, right? And so it's all a matter of like, take the baby steps, guys. Don't get so caught up in real estate is a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I get a lot of people that they're like, oh, I haven't closed anything in the last 30 days. And it's like, yeah, but over the last 30 days, you got to know your market better. You got to get to develop your relationship skills with your clients. You got to interact with other listing agents. You got to push your social media forward. I have people reaching out to me on my social media to do deals, telling me that they saw I was killing it on social media before I even did one deal. You know what I mean? And it's just a matter of doing the things that are out there that you're able to do, and then just preparing yourself for when the deals fall in your lap. Because with real estate, it's easy to get discouraged because people want something right now. They want to do a deal now. They want to get paid right now. But you have to build. You have to build on the foundation before you're able to to go on to the next step. And so I can really appreciate when she said, starting with open houses or doing a rental or whatever, just get out there and do real estate. Doesn't matter what it is that you're doing, get out there and do real estate. If you have the day off, go and book 5 or 6 tours in apartment communities. You know what I mean? Like whatever you got to do, just get out there and start doing real estate. And Ryan Serhant says, if you take care of the work will take care of you.
Absolutely, my brother. Thank you so much for sharing. And that's why I talk about like where habits begin with small steps. Like the reason why you wake up and brush your teeth with your right hand is not because it's because you've done it over and over and over time. Try switching and doing with your left hand. Now you're building a new habit. So it's the little small steps that's gonna get you to building, big successful habits. So once you write down these goals, make sure you put the habits that you can take to go ahead and for you to accomplish these goals. So moving on, our last sheet of the day. I forgot who I stole this one from, but this is a really, really good sheet. So this kind of gives you an overview of like, let's say income goal. Because like we're all in this business, well, majority of us, in this business to make some money. If you're in here just because you like houses, congrats. But we want to make some money. So you want to go ahead and right here, like how much money you want to earn at the end of the year. This is a sample sheet. Let's say you want to earn 50. It's always a great idea for you to split your business in half. By saying half, I mean as in like because you'll make a certain amount of money from the buyer side and make a certain amount of money listing homes as well. So there's nothing wrong with having more buyers or having more listings. But if you can generate an equal amount of income from both sides equally, it's only beneficial for yourself. So don't just focus on that only like, like being a listing agent is great. That's the side you want to be on. But as well, if you have buyers, take advantage, use them. So that's money in your pocket as well too. Of listing agent is the key because you get both easily. But let's say you wanted to make $50,000 a year, 25 from selling homes to buyers and 25 from listing homes. You got to know your numbers. That's why, key thing when I start off our sales meetings, knowing your numbers. and look at them, breaking them down. How many properties do I have to sell to make $25,000 in your area? Average price home, let's say, might be off a little bit, but let's say the number, your average price home is 300,000. You sell 300,000 home divided by 3%. Let's just say the commission 3%. That's $9,000. How many of those do I need to sell to, on this side to make, 25,000? Let's say three. You sell three in total. The value, your sales volume will be a million 350. That's awesome. That's great. So now you know your numbers. Like, I need to sell three homes at 300,000 to make 25. The numbers might be off a little bit to make 25, and that's half of the buyer side. Now, the same thing, you go on the listing side. I need list three properties, sell them at this price. So I make another 25. Now I get to my 50. So depending on the numbers you want to do, but just the overall lesson of this is knowing the numbers. And knowing the numbers, you know exactly what you have to do. And it's okay. It's actually more better, powerful if you oversee the goal. If you get, start doing, you did 5 transactions on the listing side and only 2 on the right, there's nothing wrong with that, but at least you know what do you want to generate, where you want to come from, how much you want to make, and then also busting it down some more. To get buyers, we all know 20 people that want to buy a home, but out of those 20 people, how many of these people are qualified to actually purchase the home? Let's say 3. So, okay, so if I talk to 20 people, 20 buyers, 3 are qualified to buy. I show them, I take them on appointments, and I close on 2 or 1 or whatever. So now you know your ratios. So knowing those ratios really help you. Same thing with the listing agent. You may go on 20 listing appointments and only close on 2 or 3. You know where you need to stay, to improve your closing skills. But at least you have that number. Okay, if I go on 14 appointments, do 5 listings, I only got 3 out of the 5. So knowing those numbers is really key. And on the side, activities again, we kind of spoke about a lot of activities on top of what to do to go ahead and generate these buyers and go ahead and generate these listings. Making new connections for buyers. Everybody now in this market is wants to buy a home or know somebody who wants to buy a home. As long as you're talking to people, you're making new connections. Don't look at it as in, oh, I'm looking for buyers. No, make new connections. Naturally, for me, I love talking to people. When I talk to people, one of the questions I have to ask, what is it that you do? Because you don't want to be the person that, I'm a realtor and just give your cards and blah. Nobody's going to do business with you just giving your cards or whatever. You want to build a connection, build that relationship. So naturally, if you ask that question, what do you do for a living? What do you think they're going to ask you? Oh, what do you do for a living, homie? Oh, I'm glad you asked. I'm in real estate, so those conversations, making a connection, there's something to remember you off of. So always remember throughout the week, if you make 10 new connections a week, that's 2 people a day. It's not that hard. So busting down, remember your goals, taking your goals and busting them down really small. So that way, you feel more confident. You'll be able to accomplish them, whether online or in person. Social media as well too. DMing people. You make it a habit to go through and DM people. If you're gonna be on social media, make sure you're doing activities that generate you money as well too. Yeah, hey, how you doing? Nice post, comment, blah, 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 this and that. So they check your stuff too. They comment back. Now you're building that connection. We talked about Facebook Marketplace, not only for rentals, but also you can list houses on there too. Social media, we talked about that. Open houses, to get the experience, see what buyers out there looking for. For listing side, advertising. There's so many different ways. Advertising through farming, your local area. Start with your local area. Expired. Pablo has an awesome. Okay. This is Goose. Goose, you want to say anything real quick before you leave?
No, man, I had to step out, but the training's doing real well. You guys got to listen to Omi. His planning and strategizing is very good, and I'm the lucky one that has to have him here in Aventura. I'll tell Joe I said what's up.
I'll send you an invoice later.
All right, guys, have a good one. I'll be right back.
All right. Joe, he said what's up, man? Looking like an athlete coming from winning a championship game with your beats on. All right, Joel. But yeah, going back. These are some of the activities. Farming, your local areas where you want to start. I remember what we used to do was put out signs, bandit signs, when I was doing a lot of investment deals. Hey, 3-2 for sale. That works. People call. You guys are like, oh, that's great. No, people call. Set up your Google Voice number, and start putting those signs out there. People will call you, especially in this market. They're looking for homes. There's no inventory. So if you have a sign out there, 3-2 for sale in North Miami or whatever area, they're gonna say, hey, I see you had a sign 3-2 for sale. They think it's off market deal. And I met a lot of investors that I still keep up with to this day. Remember, it's all about relationship. You know, they call me and, you know, find a local area, your area that's for sale or something like that. You don't have to lie. You know, it is for sale. It's on the MLS. I can represent you, you know, so, you know, whatever, or one of our listings. You leverage what you have. Expired. What's the name? Pablo has a really good training on door knocking with expires. Man, like that's a game changer. I highly recommend you guys go on there. So really quickly, he goes back 6 years to expired listings, which you can find expired on your MLS. He goes back 6 years. All those properties who tried to sell before that didn't sell, now he's basically going, knocking on the door and saying, hey, look, I see you tried to sell 5 years ago. You didn't sell for some reason. This is how much your home is worth in this market. And all the homes are usually worth $200,000-300,000 more because, you know, within that time frame to now, especially in this market, it exploded. So they're like, whoa, that's a really good way for you to get listings. So I recommend you guys check out his video. For sub by owners, I think we see Manny's training on, you know, cold calling. He's really good on that, calling them for sub by. These people want to sell, guys. They just think that they can do it by themselves. Some people can, some people won't. But reach out to these people. If you know, find a niche. Real estate has so many different niches and so many different areas that you can be successful on. It's just trying all of them out. Who cares about being scared? Try it out. You don't like it, try something else, and you're gonna find that one area where you're just like, man, I'm a badass in this area. It takes time. Ask everybody. It takes time. Find out one area that you're badass in, and you go ahead and just start crushing it. Absentee owners, you know, more on the investment side, but going down. And that's it, guys. That's pretty much it. That's any questions from you guys before I go ahead and close this thing out? But I know it's a lot of information, a lot of stuff for you guys to go ahead and take along with you. But that's pretty much it so far.
I got a question, please.
Yes, go ahead.
Fabulous training. Thank you so much. I'm sure you spent a lot of time on this content, so it wouldn't really be right, but I'd love to get a copy of it because, or how often do you think we'd be doing this?
What you talking about, like doing this training?
Yeah, this training is very important, especially for me that I'm business development manager. You just hit everything that they're asking me when new agents get aboard.
Oh yeah. So what, like the way my mind thinks, I try to put stuff in the system, especially like being a branch manager at office. My goal, like I really like helping people. I'm a strong believer in like I don't like making money more when the people around me is not making money. I want everybody to make money. Like how much better it will feel if everybody's around you making money. So I take these things, I take these questions, these concerns that people have, and just try to put it all into like sheets, simple sheets. But simplicity, you know, works. Like that's our slogan for our real estate group is we make real estate simple. So trying to make it simple, you know, like we have a lot of stuff. Of course, you know, Felix, we love to share with you, you know, I love you a lot, bro. And you know, I love the value that you bring to these people. And I know your heart and how you love helping people as well. And yeah, bro, whatever you need from me, you know, I got you, bro. Come through and, you know, we'll take care of that, my bro. And definitely any trainings that you guys want to see, any questions that you do have, stuff that you're not getting, if you want us to do a training on it, you know, like let us know, man. Let me know. I'll go ahead and take care of that for you. And Joel as well too. Joel is one of my favorite agents here at Lifestyle, and he's the bomb, man. He got some really good systems. So make sure you guys talk to Joel. Joel know what he's doing.
I appreciate that, bro.
Question? I see a hand up.
I noticed that the listings like that we're encouraged to put on social media, most of them are in Miami, which is fine. I'll drive to the money. But do we have any listings that is ever in like Broward?
Ooh, a lot of our agents, they're farming areas in Broward. So the better question: are you up to the challenge to take over Broward? You know, how can I help you take over Broward? So a lot of my focus area as well too is Broward mainly now. I'm switching over to Broward, more so like the Oakland Park, Woodland Manors, because the property value over there are really nice. So I'm door knocking around those areas.
Yes, same for me.
A lot of my listeners, ever want to go ahead and door knock together, come out, you know, with us, and you know, we'll make it happen. So that's a beautiful thing. You see, we're not taking over. Let's go ahead and take over. Let's make it happen. Anything else? Ask these questions, guys. This training is for you. This, you know, kicking off your business is for you. I want to make sure you guys get, clarity on this, and I'll find a way to go ahead and email some of this stuff to you.
There's no dumb questions, guys.
For real.
I also want to join the group to door knock in Hollywood.
Okay, let's make it happen. Let's make
Yeah.
it perfect. Yeah, message me after, let me know, and we'll make things happen. One of the big things that we focus on here in Aventura is doing team activity, because that helps you, get out of your comfort zone. You start generating business, and then just, it feels good. You see people doing, similar activities. It's a good thing. So we promote a lot of, team activities here, and because there's more than enough for everybody to, make money, for everybody to eat. So we're here to help.
I apologize. What was the go-to knocking in Hollywood?
So she asked a question about, like, do we have any listings down in Broward? And I told her not to. A lot of the agents' farming areas are down in Miami, especially down south. But I told her that I'm focusing now on Oakland and down in Broward more, to get more listings over there. And then she, I welcomed everyone, if you ever want to go door knocking together to get these listings in your area. Do it. Let's make it happen. Especially if you're in Broward, we're taking over Broward now as well too. Let's go ahead and make some noise in Broward. So if you're down to, make some noise in Broward, let's go. Let's schedule a time, schedule a group, door knocking, something, and let's make it happen.
Thank you. Sounds great. Thanks.
Awesome. I'll drop my contact info in the chat, so that way you guys can reach out to me as well too, and we can make stuff happen. But if any other questions that you have,
I have a comment.
What's your comment?
I know how I am. I have confidence in myself. I have my own insurance agency, and plan B was to get my real estate license. Great. But I'm the type of person that feel that I need to know everything about real estate because I don't know anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the confident is I don't want to market myself right now out there in social media because I wouldn't know how to respond to them.
Gotcha.
I'm currently working with a an investor, which is, I feel comfortable working with him, but that's about it.
Let me ask you a question. What area or what subject do you know everything about it? Like everything.
About real estate?
No, like anything. Like, is there a subject or area that you just know absolutely everything about it?
My insurance. I have insurance business. So that's the only thing that I've been doing for the longest time.
But do you, like, even you
New.
doing it for like a really long time, are you super confident that you know every single thing when it comes down to insurance?
No, that's why I have the carriers to call for answers.
Absolutely.
But real
That's why
estate is different.
to call us for answers. That's what I'm saying. I have a mentee of mine. His name is Kendrick. He has 2 listings right now. Knows absolutely nothing, anything about real estate. He just got started probably like less than a month ago, but he has 2 listings. You know how he got 2 listings? He was asking me a bunch of questions. Oh, me, how do I do this? How do I do that? Let me figure out how to upload listings. Let me do this. I said, Kendrick, stop asking me questions. This is how you go ahead and find clients. Go get a client and come back to me. You know what he did? He went ahead and he scheduled 2 listing appointments. We went on 2 of them. He brought me along and we killed it. And now he has 2 listings. And he's right here. He can tell you himself.
I'm gonna have to bother you and Jada then.
So, but
Kendrick asked a
one
lot of
step at a
questions.
time. I asked a lot of questions, honestly. So, just always ask, no matter what. Like, don't let nothing, hinder you from asking questions. Like, if you're really a person that's scared of asking questions, whatever how can you grow? You gotta grow.
What did I tell you about just trying to figure out and learn everything?
I'm gonna just get the clients.
Just get the clients.
That's it.
Do the activity.
Okay, I'll be driving Jose Medina crazy.
And drive him crazy. That's what he is for. And like leverage your people. Like even for myself. If somebody asks
He's been good, including Mo.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You have some phenomenal people on your team. Everybody, even Joel, who's all there in West Palm Beach. You call Joel. I call Joel all the time. Joel helps me out. Like,
Yeah, and you know what the thing is, like, we're not gonna say you have to fail, Rose. We're gonna teach you what you need to know in order to get out there and get the ball rolling. And then if you ever feel like we didn't teach you enough to get out there, it's because every transaction is different. So you're going to learn more from actually doing the work and dealing with the clients than you are going to be, on a Zoom call with us. We encourage you, if you have nothing else to do, to jump on these trainings. But I've kicked agents off of Zooms before because I knew they had a client that they could be working with at that moment. At the end of the day, the most important thing is getting the clients. And then, the confidence that I had when I first started came from just knowing that I don't know the answers, but I know the people that know the answers. And so I can just, I told my branch manager, I'm going to go show houses to my first clients. What do I do if they have to put in an offer? And he said, well, you tell them, repeat after me. He said, I'm on my way to the office to put in the offer. I'll call you when it's ready. And then once you leave your clients, you call me and I'll walk you through it. You know what I mean? Like, that's what we're here for. We're here to support you. That's why your first 5 deals are at an 80-20, right? Because we know we're going to be helping you out through those transactions, and we're going to be answering questions. And so we want you to be able to take advantage of those resources. Use the WhatsApp chats, use your branch managers, call Jose Medina and Mo. I always tell my agents in West Palm, the agents that ask the most questions are going to make the most money. There's not dumb questions. There's not stupid questions. Don't guess. That's how you get sued. So just ask the questions. At the end of the day, the worst thing that can happen is that somebody gets annoyed, right? But the best thing that can happen is you get the information you need to lock in $100,000 in commission over the next year. So,
Just say yes and figure out later. There's some, the worst thing, like Joel said, come back and say, oh, wow, man, I'm sorry. I couldn't help you, or I couldn't do it, whatever. Just get back to them later. You'll find somebody. The overall thing, we have somebody here that can guide you to it.
I know, thank you.
I also wanted to mention something, Omi. Like I was hearing I believe it was a podcast that it mentioned that anybody can write goals, but if you say that you're gonna be committed to something, it triggers your brain a little bit. So instead of saying, oh, I have a goal, no, you have to say, hey, I'm committed to doing this. If you don't do it this month, oh, I'm committed to do it this whatever month, but you're committed to doing that goal. And once you complete that goal, I'm committed to doing something else. So instead of saying goal, just say, hey, I'm committed to doing this by this time. Or just dare someone, hey, I dare you to do X amount by this time. That's going to trigger their brain to be like, hey, I have to do this because I'm going to be getting X out of it. So I just wanted to put that out there as well.
Thank you for sharing. That's true.
Yeah. And guys, tell people your goals. There's people that say, oh, I don't want to tell anybody, that I'm going to the gym, because then if I don't lose weight, then, I don't want to look dumb. Tell people your goals. It keeps you accountable to accomplishing them. You don't want to look bad. You don't want to look bad if you didn't reach your goals. Then, tell people your goals and just reach them.
That's right. Awesome. I see two more hands are up. I'm like, Joel, what time is your training?
Say that again.
You have a training today, right?
Yeah, 6 tonight.
Okay, good. So I thought I was setting time away from me.
No, you're good, bro.
I'll take 2 more questions so I can, because if this training's over like 2 hours long on YouTube, nobody's gonna watch it. So we want to keep it within an hour. You guys know. You guys probably laughing right now, but it's true. So okay, I'll go ahead and take 2 more. Go ahead. Anybody? I see hands written up. You just raised. Hi.
So my question is in regards to, so when I started real estate, I received a lot of promotions like through email of basically people that I didn't give my email to, but I see that it's a great way to get people's attention. I wanted to do like an email blast type of thing for marketing purposes and like create a flyer. But do you guys know how I could get like a list of like leads basically that I could contact, like email addresses? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Joel, I think that's the question for you, bro.
Yeah. So you can go to exactdata.com and you can purchase lists of people who have opted in to receive information for different things. You can search by demographics, by household income, and basically you'll pay to get a list of leads with names, addresses, and emails. And then you can, you can send mail to those people. You can shoot emails to those people. You can drop that list into Facebook, and you can run ads to that list as an audience. There's a number of things you can do with that list. It's called exactdata.com.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, there's a number of sites like that too. Just you can Google marketing lists or something like that, and it'll spit out a bunch of different websites to you.
Okay, thank you.
Last question. Make it good, so that way Joel can answer it. Last question. No more. We good?
Omi, will you be in the office tomorrow? I want to pick your brain.
I'm in the office every day.
Okay, awesome. I'll see you tomorrow in the Aventura office then.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Guys.
This is not a
this-
question, but before we go, I'm just looking around and I'm on this site and I'm looking at everybody, Alma, Antonio, Ashley, Berth, Claudia, everybody that's here. Thank you for being here. But if there's one thing we can do right now to make a better step to move forward, is you guys who do not have your photos on your Zoom, update that. It's very important to see you guys' faces comment. I haven't been with the family no more than 3 months, and Omi knows me, Joel knows me. I call these guys, bother them. They see my face all the time. That's something that I think we should all start with. Let's get your faces up there, so you can get more acquainted.
Show up to the office. That's how I knew you, right? You showed up to the office.
Yep.
You. That's right. The moment I seen you hopped on Zoom, I knew who that handsome face with the tie was on, right? That's right, my brother. Show those beautiful faces, people. But with that being said, guys, it was definitely a pleasure. Definitely look forward to seeing you all succeed, grow. It's, one step at a time. Enjoy the rest of your week. Anything that you guys need from me, I'm here to help. We are here to help. So have a good one, guys. Take care, and I'll see you on the next training.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.